Hello and welcome to another video. Today we'll be going over how to import media into your project, as well as show you how to cut and trim videos, and also give tips on how you should cut your videos / trim it. So starting off, to import a project, you just want to right click on here and then click import. You can also drag and drop it in there or drag and drop it onto the timeline, but I prefer to do it this way. It's probably not going to open you right into a folder. Like, it's probably going to take you to the folder where you saved your project at, but for the most part you'll look through your drive or your computer and then you'll find your videos. So I have these videos, so I'm gonna press OK. Wait for them to import. Boom, there you go. Now as you can see, we have all our files here, and if you drag and drop them on the timeline, there they are. Now let's just put some clips together. So let's start off with this one, and then let's set this one too. And then you just play them through, right?
Oh hey, what's up, Dylan? What are you up to?
Funny, right? So let's say there's this whole part right here, and I made a mistake here, and I want to cut it. And I'm just gonna click right here. And I'm going to go to the other end, and I'm going to click right here. And then I'm going to highlight it, and then press Control X to get rid of it. And then a fun little trick so you don't have to waste your time dragging everything back over here. If you click on that space in between both of the clips and press delete, it'll just auto-connect everything, including the clip that happens behind you. Where you want to cut is going to kind of vary depending on what you're using. Like, let's get rid of this for a minute, and let's go to my home, and then let's go to one of the videos I made or edited together. Now let's say there's like this really awkward kind of pause or something. You're not gonna want to have it unless it's for the effect of your film, like
Bye!
Like, it makes it kind of funny, right, to have the pause, but sometimes, a lot of the time you aren't going to need it. Like, for example, in editing this video, like, not this video, but the one you're currently watching right now, I probably have lots of times where I'm just sitting in silence for a little bit, and you don't want to do that at all. You want to make sure, unless it's for some kind of joke or comedic effect, you're going to want to just cut it. You're just gonna want to get rid of it. Depending on what you're doing, it might vary on how obvious it is, on how obvious the cut and the space is, but that's what I recommend doing. I also recommend leaving just a tiny bit of space in between each cut. And what I mean by that is, if I go in close here, you can see that there's still a little bit of space before anything actually happens. And you'll want to have that so whenever you're transitioning them, so like say these are going to need transitioned, right? It'd be super weird if it went like this.
Bye!
It just happens so fast. And it's really awkward. So you definitely do not want to cut. You definitely want to leave some space there when you make a cut. So,
bye. I didn't want to.
See, and it gives you that like time to process it. While I'm here, I'm gonna explain trimming a little bit. Trimming, I would only ever use to make your cuts more precise. So let's say I cut a little too much here, and then I went down that way. Cut it just fine, and then got rid of it. Oh no, I've lost a little bit of my clip and I need it back. Then I just drag it out just enough for it to show back up. But let's say I don't need that part. I can just drag it in and get rid of it. I don't recommend trimming an entire clip just so you can get a certain portion. Like, let's say I only wanted this, but instead of just cutting it out, I just trimmed the whole thing just to get this little portion. I would not recommend doing that. It's so much easier if you just Boom, boom, done. Going back to the clip section of the video, if let's say you're looking for some kind of audio or some kind of image or video slash effect for your video, right? You're going to be wanting to look for copyright free ones, or at least ones that say, oh yeah, you can use this for free. Because there are a lot of like effects you have to pay for, but a lot of the time you could probably just search up something like fire effects in YouTube, and then filter, and then Creative Commons is what you want to click, and then boom. Then you can get stuff like this. Preferably, later down the line, I'll show you the green screen portions, and that, like, what you should use for that. Now you can also get songs in there, so like, let's say, upbeat song. And then you pick filter and then Creative Commons. And boom, and then you get something like this. You usually you can find channels like this, which I would recommend using, especially if you're starting out as a YouTuber. Once you've found your song, or like your copyright free Creative Commons song that you can use, there's this very cool site that you can use to download YouTube video or audio. So what you're going to want to do is copy the link to the video and go to YouTube to MP3, and they actually give you optional choice. So like, say you need a video effect, and you paste that video effect and make sure this is clicked before you convert it, and you can get yourself that video. You can also get audio just by putting in the link, obviously, having it on this setting and converting it. This only works for YouTube videos. Obviously you can like read down here and figure it out, but this is the site I recommend using. It's very easy to get access to. I'm not sure how many schools block it or not, if you even like bother editing in school, but this is the site I'd recommend using. Like, you'd paste the link, convert, you'd wait for it to load, and then boom, you can download it. I haven't used Dropbox ever. Like, I haven't clicked this button, but I'm assuming it takes you to a Dropbox download page. But you click this. Occasionally there'll be like some kind of random dumb ad that'll show up, but you should be fine if you just get rid of it. And then boom, you have your audio here, and then you would just import it into your project just like that. And then you can just drag it on the bottom, and then boom. So for an example of trimming, this song has a little pause, and if you want that to continue and like make a little sense when it's repeating, you'll want to trim this down a little bit and then paste the song again, and you'll want to trim that down a little bit, and then it should kind of continue a little bit better. Some audios are like that, like especially some game music, but that's like a good example, I guess, that I would use trimming for. I honestly would just cut something, so I think it's a little bit easier to do rather than like doing it with this just to find a part in your clip or whatever. Other than that, have a good day. I plan on posting the next combined one sometime this weekend, so please look out for that. Thank you and have a good day.